All right, we need to talk about the price of your next computer. And look, what's coming isn't just your standard inflation. It's not some accident of the market. What we're actually looking at here is a deliberate shift, a change that's been engineered specifically to cost you more.
Here it is. This is the number that matters: 30%. By 2026, the price of a basic personal computer, the tool you need for work, for life, is set to jump by 30%. Just let that sit for a second. A third more expensive in just 2 years.
So what is this? Let's call it what it is. It's a tax. Your 2026 intelligence tax. It's literally the bill that's being sent to you to pay for this whole AI boom. It's a fee levied on every single one of us to subsidize the gold rush that's happening in their data centers. So how in the world did this happen? Well, it wasn't an accident. It's the result of this quiet resource war. A fight that's happening over the physical stuff that makes our digital world even work. It's a battle between the hardware that's in your hands and the software that's in their cloud. It all starts with the real basics, like computer memory. And the sources on this are pretty blunt. Manufacturers are, and I quote, starving the consumer market. The RAM that makes your computer run, it's not like it's vanishing. No, it's being rerouted. They are creating an artificial drought for you and me, all because they've found a customer who'll pay more.
And you have to understand, this is the fight happening at the factory level. Your laptop, it needs standard DRAM. These AI servers, they need this stuff called high bandwidth memory, or HBM. But here's the dirty little secret. HBM is just a stack of DRAM chips. That's it. It's made in the same factories, from the same production lines. They're just choosing to build the expensive version for the servers, which creates a shortage for everybody else.
And it gets even deeper. It goes right down to the foundation of it all, the silicon wafers that every single chip is made from. The big dogs in AI, your NVIDIAs, your OpenAIs, they're eating up so much of the global supply that they are effectively stealing the production capacity that used to be for our processors. It's a land grab for the most basic resource in technology.
The scale of this whole thing is, it's massive. We're talking about a 30% shift in manufacturing output, away from stuff for us and towards AI servers. A third of the world's chip-making power is being redirected. This isn't some small market adjustment, it is a seismic reallocation of the planet's tech resources.
Which, brings us right back to this idea, the intelligence tax. So let's put a pin in it, define it. It's the hidden hardware cost forced onto everyday people by the insane physical resource demands of the AI industry. Their software dream has a real physical price tag, and you're the one who's footing the bill.
So, that's the cause, right? An engineered scarcity. But how is that scarcity actually being used against you? Well, the tactic, they have a whole playbook for it. They call it premiumization. But really, it's just a trap.
And let's be really, really clear about this. This is not just them saying, oh, our costs went up, so your price goes up. No, this is a deliberate strategy. They are using the scarcity they helped create as an excuse to back you into a corner. It's a kind of economic engineering.
And here's how the playbook works. It's simple, really. Just 3 steps. Step 1, you quietly get rid of the budget models, the mid-range options, the affordable machines that were good enough. They just sort of vanish. Step 2, you use that scarcity to justify jacking up the prices on whatever's left. And step 3, you force people to upgrade to a way more expensive device because, what other choice do they have?
So this is the bottom line. Your choice is being taken away from you. That freedom to just buy a simple, affordable computer that does what you need it to do, it's being systematically dismantled. This was never about giving you better products. It's about forcing you to spend more money, period.
It's a pretty bleak picture, I know. So what are you supposed to do about it? Look, this isn't a permanent fix, but it's a kind of survival roadmap. It's a way to navigate this new market they've built for us.
And let's be real, you're not going to stop this whole machine, but you can sidestep it. You can try to outsmart their forced upgrade cycle and just buy yourself some time. This isn't about getting the newest, shiniest thing anymore. It's about keeping your tools working without having to pay their tax, at least for a little bit longer.
So here's the hardware hack. First thing, if your current computer isn't maxed out on RAM, do it now, while it's still sort of affordable. Second, if you're still running on an old spinning hard drive, switch it for a solid-state drive, an SSD. It's the biggest performance boost you can get. Third, do a completely fresh, clean install of your operating system. And last, check out what the source material calls the refurbished gold mine. Look for old corporate machines coming off their leases. They're usually built tougher, and you can find them for cheap.
But before we wrap this up, you have to understand something really important. This is not a one-time thing. This is the new model. This is a loop. And this loop, it feeds itself. The AI industry's demand creates a scarcity of resources. That scarcity gives the hardware companies the perfect cover to raise prices and get rid of cheaper options. And the extra money they make from your forced premium purchase, where do you think that goes? It gets funneled right back into the next wave of AI, which just creates even more scarcity. You are literally paying to fund your own future price hikes.
So I'll just leave you with this. They've figured it out. They've successfully found a way to levy a tax on your computer, one of the most basic tools you need to exist in the modern world. So the question you really ought to be asking yourself isn't if they'll do it again, it's what's next? What other part of your life are they going to tax to pay for their next big project?